Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Today we'll be discussing on the design of tension members. Okay, before going to that, what exactly the tension member is and how exactly it fails under the applied forces. Okay, all of the main thing of design is we need to find out the failure patterns of the members. Okay, then only we can find the solution for that. Okay, so here this is the gusset plate. This is gusset plate. And this is a member or it may be a plate. Okay, here we have taken a flat or a plate. This is also a member or a which is of flat or plate material, which is having something dimensions, width and the thickness. Okay, here when it comes to this, there are different failure patterns are there. In that first one, especially when the tension member is there, when you apply a force, that is TU, okay, the connection may fail, or there are three types of failures. Okay, here we can see these are the this is the member which is connected to a gusset plate using 4 number of bolts. Okay, so here what happens, whenever you apply a force, there are three types of failure will occur. First type of failure, that is yielding of gross section. Second one is failure due to, these are the failure. Okay, failure due to, first one yielding of gross section, and second one failure due to rupture of the critical section. Here I will be writing the rupture of the critical section. And the third one is the failure due to the block shear. Three types of failures will occur in the bolted connections when it comes to the tension member especially. So the first type of failure is here, this will happen whenever you apply a force, yielding of gross section, that is yielding of the member will occur. Okay, this plate may expand, the connection will be safe, whatever the connection is there, that is bolted connection, it will be safe under the applied force, but the plate which is connected to the gusset plate will expand. Okay, this is the first type of failure, that is yielding of gross section. And the second type of failure is rupture of the critical section. Critical means, okay, so this has some dimensions, am I right? The plate has some dimension, that is B into T. B is, this one is B, this one is taken as B, and the thickness, okay, whatever the thickness is there, this will be taken as T. Okay, so the net cross section or cross section of this plate is B into T. This will be treated as the gross cross section. Okay, whereas when it comes to this point at this section, here or here, this we call it as the critical section. This is nothing but B into T minus 2 times the dia of hole. Okay, here what happens, okay, there is a punch in the member, there is a hole in the member, so the cross section at this position is reduced. Okay, cross section at this location is reduced. Okay, so whenever you apply force, okay, if the member is safe under the yielding, it may fail at the gross section, that means at the critical section. So here this is the second type of failure, we call it as the yielding or the rupture at the critical section. Okay, so here this one. And when it comes to third one, the block shear failure, here what happens, whenever you apply force, the member will not expand, so it will be safe under first condition, this one, and the cross section failure will not occur, and this will be safe under cross section also. When it comes to the block shear, what happens, the member will fail along the line of the bolts. So this kind of failure we call it as the block shear. Okay, so here there are three types of failure in a tension member. Before going to design any of the member, or before going to analyze any of the tension member, you need to check these three. Okay, so if it fails, for example, we have taken some member which is connected to a gusset plate, so yielding of gross cross section. Okay, so in this position, if it takes 100 kilonewton load, and at rupture if it takes 120 kilonewton load, and at block shear if it takes only 80 kilonewton load, the capacity of that connection will be only how much, 80 kilonewton. So the capacity of that number of bolts or the connections will be taken as 80 kilonewton itself. Okay, so three types of failure will occur in the tension members. Okay, I will show you the representation of this one, a schematic representation of the failure of tension members. So we'll discuss about the failure patterns. As I said, there are three failure patterns are there. First one, yielding, net section rupture, as well as the block shear. Okay, here this is the schematic representation of the failure of tension members. Here these are the tension members. So when you apply a force, okay, there is a chances of yielding of the section. Yielding means, okay, the cross section at the center is reduced and the member is get elongated. Okay, as you done the tensile test on HYSD or a mild steel bar, okay, the same thing, the same test need to be conducted to check the capacity of the member. But here what happens, when there is a member, when you are applying a force, a tensile force, there is chances of elongation of this member occur. This is the first type of failure. Okay, here we you can see the elongated member. So when you apply force, this is the first case. A is the first case, that is the yielding of gross cross section. When you apply force and it is get elongated. Okay, so this is the first case. And second case is net section rupture. Okay, so this hole is made for the bolting purpose. Okay, when you are apply force, the cross section at this position is very less as compared to cross section of this member at this position. So this we call it as the critical section. The cross section at the bolt hole, we call it as a critical section. So whenever you apply a force, the first, if it's safe under yielding, it may fail at the critical section itself. Okay, so this is the second type of failure. Here you can see, okay, so on this member they may have applied the force in this direction, so this member has failed at this position, that is the bolt holes are made. Okay, under the applied force, the member has failed along the line of bolt. Okay, so here in this one, as I said, it may fail along the line of the hole because the least cross section area at these positions, at these positions. Okay, either it may fail here or it may fail here, depends on the die of bolt. Okay, so if it is single bolt also, okay, there is a chances of failure. Okay, here the net section rupture will happen. Okay, here another representation, when you apply a force. So when you apply force, okay, the failure may occur in this position. Okay, so these are the tensile forces which is applied on the member. When you apply tensile forces, obviously the second type of failure pattern you can see here. So this we call it as the net section rupture. Okay, whenever you apply tensile force, there is a chances of net section rupture also. Okay, so this is second type of failure. Whereas third type is block shear. That means if it is a plate member and here it is a gusset plate, for example, it is connected to some gusset plate. Okay, here you can see in the figure. Okay, here what happens? This portion of the plate member, this is a gusset plate and this is the member, that is flat, MS flat is connected to a gusset plate. Okay, whenever you apply force under the block shear, okay, this portion of the plate remains with the gusset plate along with the bolts. Okay, it will be remain on the gusset plate along with the bolts. Only this portion is get separated due to the applied force. These kind of failures we call it as the block shear. Here you can see, okay, the force is applied. This is a plate member and something it is connected to a gusset plate. This portion of the plate is connected to the gusset plate along with the bolts here. Okay, so this kind of failure we call it as the block shear failure. Okay, so here you can see this is a net section failure. Whenever you apply force, this is a net section failure will occur, and the block shear failure looks like this. Okay, so here this member as well as I section is connected using the bolts, and some portion of the I section remains on the plate member because of the block shear failure. This is a block shear failure. Okay, these kinds of three failure patterns will occur. First one, the yielding of gross section. Simple. The yielding of gross section is nothing but the elongation of the member. For example, this is the member length. This is 1 meter. Okay, when you apply force, tensile force, okay, if it is safe under the second and third conditions, okay, it may undergo the failure under yielding. Okay, so this 1 meter member becomes 1.1 meter under the applied tensile forces. Okay, so this kind of failure we call it as yielding of gross cross section. Okay, so this member is connected to a something plate using a bolt hole. When you apply a force, it will fail here at this position. That means along the bolt position. Okay, along the bolt position. Here you can see in the figure. Okay, this we call it as the failure of the member under rupture, that is net section rupture. And third position, if it fails or separated along the periphery of the bolts, this we call it as the block shear failure. Okay, here the block shear failure may be in two position. Either it may thoroughly get separated, or what happens if there are the bolts here 3, 4, okay, it may get separated along either this direction, or it may get separated on this direction also. So this portion may remains with the bolt, remains with the gusset plate, or this much only may remains with the gusset plate. So this kind of failure in x and y direction, this direction also and this direction also, x and y direction we call it as the block shear. Okay, expansion or the elongation we call it as a yielding of gross cross section. Only one direction failure along the line of bolt we call it as net section rupture, and third one is block shear. Okay, these are the three types of failure in the tension members. Okay, in the next session we will be discussing more about the tension members, the codal provisions, what exactly the codal provisions are there, what are the basic specifications also, and apart from that we need to have the equations for these three types of failures also. So for these three conditions we have the separate equations to find out the capacity under yielding of gross cross section, rupture of critical section, and the block shear. Okay, so in the next class we will be discussing on these things. Until then, thank you.